Dear Louise, Bjørn, and Agnes, we were just talking the other day how nice it was spending time with you this summer. We would love to invite you to come to visit us.
You made it! Sorry for the mess. It's gonna get much worse. Come on.
Hi, Abel.
Abel has some difficulty speaking. He has what you call congenital aglossia.
Hey, Abel! He's only a child, for Christ's sake.
You can't talk to him that way. What is wrong with you?
We have a situation here. Someone left without saying goodbye.
So many things have felt so wrong.
Because we do things differently.
Why are you doing this? Today is gonna be a great day.
Well, hello everyone. We are back for another episode of MMM. Got a great panel tonight to talk about a movie that, well, this movie's got some stuff happens. Let's put it that way. But yeah, we wanted to do the remake of the Speak No Evil movie from 2022. It was a Dutch horror film. Remake's coming out, and expectations are extremely low for the new movie. Unfortunately, it's got a good lead actor in the role, but It does, yes, but it just looks not. It doesn't look good. So we figured we'd go back to the old G movie. Yeah, this was a movie. This was interesting. A lot of build up to a crazy ending, but we'll get into all that as we stream through and scrub through the movie. But we have a great panel. Nadia, how you doing, my friend? Welcome back to the show.
I'm doing good. I'm glad I got to rewatch this and talk to you guys today about it, since Vex and I are streaming about the remake Friday to probably shit on it. Probably going to be. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited. Yep.
Yeah. Good. Always love to have you on. And then we have Movie Cynic back again. Wanted to go ahead and talk about this movie. He picked this movie, which is awesome.
I requested to be here.
Requested this.
Yeah.
So yeah, glad to have you back and get your thoughts on this film. Of course, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Gord King, you look like a frightened pumpkin. Are you all right there?
I'm there. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I just saw this movie a few hours ago, so yeah, I'm pretty stoked to talk about the Bjørn identity.
That's pretty good.
Yes, that was a good one. And then of course, Vex, my favorite brown person. How are you doing tonight?
What the fuck?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that thanks a lot.
Just for you, Cannoli. Just for you.
Now I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm booting you off the fucking stream. This is bullshit. Hate those fucking things.
We're doing a creepy movie, so I decided to play off of your creeps. There you go.
That's true. Good point. Yeah. So this movie, Vex, was one that you had recommended actually when we were doing our monthly movie thing a while back. And I gotta say, I enjoyed it. Thought it was well done. It's the ending. We discussed the ending over the weekend in our chat. Definitely not expecting that. So I don't know how they can build off this in the new movie unless they just completely change everything, which is what I thought the director said he was doing. They were going to change some things from the original.
They're going to dumb it down for Western audience. That's normally what they do.
I don't see how you could duplicate this.
The new one is like 17 minutes longer or something like that. So they're definitely going to change up the ending. Already, it looks like they added a new scene with the whole jumping off the cliff into the lake thing. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
They cast James McAvoy, who looks closer to Bjorn than he does the bad guy, which is interesting.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, shit, might as well get into it. But yeah, this movie, not a long movie, which I appreciate. It has a good, I think it's paced pretty well, for the most part. Yeah,
I would say the description doesn't really give it away, because when I first saw this, I went off a recommendation in the description, and this movie very much surprised me. The description to me does not match what you're seeing on screen, which I actually like. It doesn't give too much away.
100%. Yeah, it opens up with this long drive through this this wooded area, and so you're like, what the hell's going on here? And then boom, you get right into Italy, and then this is where the families meet. So how do we like the beginning of the movie and how it sets up everything? Whoever wants to jump in.
Well, I know, like, one of the first things I noticed, and they do this throughout the movie, is oftentimes you're seeing things that seem relatively mundane or basic, and there's this really eerie music played over it, similar to the way Kubrick used music in The Shining. I thought that was really interesting way to build atmosphere. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, just on this intro as well, and this is why I think this is probably one of the best satire films of all time. But no, for real. But this movie does a really good job of it feels like it's presenting you, like Gord said, with nothing, but everything is so intentional. There's even conversations that we'll listen to later on in the movie that aren't just like, oh, it's just kind of a friendly banter sort of deal. You're getting a very clear picture of who these characters are without them having to spell it out for you. So then it makes the end hit so much harder, because we're seeing the intention in every single motion, every single word, every single action of these characters.
Good point.
I agree with you, Vex, because even on a rewatch, I was catching things I didn't notice the first time watching through, normalizing things a little bit, but also giving a sense. It's a slow buildup. It's a slow burn, but it's hard to look away. It's like a car crash when you're driving by. Yeah.
Very voyeuristic.
Yeah. It's also like what bothered me about this was you can put yourself in these people's shoes, and it really is it's an interesting spin on the average horror trope of like, don't go through the fucking door, don't do that, don't do X and Y. Like, why are you doing that? But they're doing it with politeness and you know, not wanting to ruffle anyone's feathers while you're being unbelievably uncomfortable. Yeah, it's just like it makes you want to scream at the screen to stop being such a fucking pussy all the time.
It does, but at the same time, we've all been in similar situations to this. We all can say, hey, turn around, scream at the screen, but we all know a situation that makes us uncomfortable, but we've gone along with at the same time.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the scene where they drop off Agnes with the babysitter, and now this as well is just a great soft introduction into what this couple is like without them saying anything. So it's like, please don't give her apple juice, but please, don't make sure not like yesterday, right? She can't be straightforward and to the point with what she wants. And then as they're sitting there with this couple too, you can clearly tell that Bjorn is just kind of, what the fuck are these people talking about?
He's fucking just like
he's not willing to do what suits him best, kind of deal, or even his wife. So
yeah. And then this is the main bad. What the hell was his name in this movie again? Jesus, Patrick. Patrick does this whole toast thing, and you like it comes off very charming, right? Nice, and they have a family of their own and all this. But yeah, the Bjorn has like an attachment to Patrick throughout the movie. Bjorn.
I think I messed you up by saying the Bjorn identity. Now you want to call him Born.
Psychological warfare. Yeah. Anyway, so it's funny because Bjorn throughout the whole movie just looks like he just doesn't give a fuck, right? For the most part.
Actually, I disagree. I think throughout the entire movie, he kind of looks like, what am I even fucking doing anymore? I don't feel like myself. I'm not feeling like myself. My wife is a stuck-up bitch as well, who gives me no pleasure whatsoever. Like, quite literally, I feel like she's a catalyst for a lot of the shit that he doesn't put up with, and she ends up being kind of the the thorn in their foot kind of deal
That's a
for
good
a lot
point.
of the fun things that he wants to experience. So like here, while she's just busy on her phone taking photos, he's like really getting like moved and
Emotional.
absorbed
Yeah.
in the moment of this
Mhm.
performance. And like
Yeah.
periodically we'll see the wife do this too, where it's just like she's not so much in the moment as she is, oh, this needs to be a memory. It's very
Yes.
much how a lot of city dwellers, modern people tend to act when they're put in more or not unconventional, but uncommon situations.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's basically they're obsessed with the novelty rather than the actual experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where Bjorn goes. So this is where he goes out on the balcony and he sees Patrick across the way, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is him kind of staring up at him. And I like how they use the imagery is very good. The use of light is very good. Like it's
the cinematography in this movie is fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic.
Cannoli,
Yeah.
don't look out your window. That's not
No. Big pumpkin head just staring back at me. Yeah, so this is where this is like their first argument we see, right? Something with the bunny. This is where she loses the bunny for the first time. It's a little foreshadow here. Yeah, it's fucking bunny. Jesus.
Never. It's like you can't ever buy this little girl a pet. She's gonna lose
Dude.
it.
Yeah, he's just dad's like, fuck, man, I gotta go find this guy. He traces his steps and it's like,
You just do what my sister does. She bought, if my nephew likes a certain animal, stuffed animal, she buys multiple of that same one and hides them.
Mm-hmm.
So in case
Oh,
one,
smart. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But this is like a great example of like, because his wife doesn't, she's like, oh, she kind of implies like, you have to find it. We can't just leave it. And it's like, bitch, like, why didn't you teach this kid to like take care of her things kind of deal? And he's now the one that has to wander around a foreign city to find. This is a man's movie, really. Like the bitches be wildin' in this movie.
he doesn't really. He doesn't stand up to his wife at all.
Not at all.
He doesn't stand up to like fucking anyone, really.
Anything.
But I think it's partially to his wife with the relationship they have at home, being beaten down day in and day out. So he just reclutes to himself.
Yeah, and he talks about that later on in the movie in the car with Patrick. We'll get to that, but yeah, he's just like he just cries basically and says like, yeah, I hate my life.
I mean, he's got that. He's the skinny fat guy. Going on. Like, you just know he's got low T and he's got fucking
It's so
balding and everything. Yep.
Yeah, like you just know when you see the skinny fat, you're like, he got it rough at home, huh, buddy?
Yep. There we go.
Shelley from Crow would love this guy.
Oh God. Shit. Yeah, so this is where
you're so beautifully broken.
And you're just like, if it's on first watch, if you're not paying attention, you think, oh, this is coincidence. They're just seeing them there. But it's obviously after you watch the movie, it's like, okay,
it's stalking.
Yeah, you're stalking these people.
Yeah.
And even here, he's like, you went to find the rabbit. He's like, and he's like playing him up, like, wow, what a great man you are. That's really heroic. And Bjorn's like jerking off. He's like, oh yeah, thank you. Well, I am a man.
This is kind of the first instance where he's felt acknowledged throughout the movie, because like otherwise it's like, oh, they're on a family vacation, but it never really looks like they're engaging in it as a family. So finally, here's this random dude who he actually looks like a man compared to him. He's like, oh, you did something nice that was very like heroic. You helped your daughter out, kind of deal. So
yeah, and this is where they're having their meals, and they're talking about everybody's a vegetarian. Well, she's saying the wife is Bjorn's wife is a vegetarian, so that comes into play later.
Good for the environment.
Yeah, good. Yeah, stupid bitch.
not even a full vegetarian. It's like, oh, you still eat fish. You're one of those.
Yeah, you're a pescatarian. He calls her out, and she does not like that.
Is that part of Dutch culture, though? I mean, we're making fun of it because
I don't know.
American. Sorry, Bex.
Oh no,
it could be.
That's culture. People say they're a vegetarian, but they'll still eat fish. So it's like it's rightfully calling her out. Sorry, Sassy.
No, I'm not talking about her diet, but just how they present themselves, how they talk. How polite they are and stuff. That could be part of Dutch culture.
Just how they are.
Yes, no, yeah. So this is why this movie is a great like satirical film, is that it takes like this one concept in Dutch culture where it's like you just be polite, you avoid confrontation, even if it makes you uncomfortable, sort of deal, and you just kind of you cater to your audience instead of listening to your gut kind of deal, which also ties into the larger theme. But yeah, they're just like they're jacking up basically this one little Dutch custom.
Yep. 100%. Sassy says, I'm right here. Yeah, we know who you are. Vegetarians.
I know these bad guys are bad, but I kind of want to vote for them.
Like, this is how sick I am. I'm looking at the food. It's Italy. I'm like, dude, this food looks fucking amazing. And then Sassy's like, yeah, but these people are all going to die of it. I was like, yeah, but the food, though. The food looks good.
Yeah, but Sassy would not accept boar meat from some dude after she told him.
Okay, well, yeah. 100%. Yeah, so they're talking about like their customs and how people from Holland and like they're very similar in certain ways. And then Patrick says he's a doctor, right? Doesn't he admit that he's a doctor and then lies about it
with
later?
Like some international organization, and she's like, "Oh, you're a doctor," and he just says, "Yeah," very quickly, and then carries on.
Plays it off. Yep.
Yeah.
Is do you know, Vex, if the remake is American cultured? Like it's not Dutch?
I think it's like Irish English instead.
Okay.
Yeah, but even then it's like this is playing off a Dutch custom, so I don't know how they're going to translate that well to an Irish English setting.
Yeah.
Everybody's drunk and fighting all the time.
Middle Eastern people,
like, I only drink O'Doul's.
I only drink O'Doul's. Yeah, so this is their last night, and of course they're all celebrating, and then they go home back to their Bjørn, his boring life. And it's just
also I think one
use of color
nice
is good
detail
here.
Is the contrast between their home.
I was just gonna say
theirs looks very modern, very sleek.
Yep.
And the other family is like out in the country and a little more rustic.
Yep. Yeah. 100%.
It's interesting to me that up until this point, as we said, he's been beaten down by his wife. And then I feel towards the second act and third, she's the one that realizing something's not right here. And I think because she has beaten him down so much, he just doesn't care. He's like, no, I just want to have a good time with these guys. Like, what are you're just crazy, just letting things slide.
Yeah, because he's pushing, like he even tells her here when they get the postcard, right, from that Patrick and the family. He's like, they were nice and, this, that, and they want us to go. Wouldn't it be nice to get out of for a weekend? And she's like, not really. We don't know them very well. And he's just like, kind of like, whatever. And he just stares right back out the window with his wine in his hand. He's like, fuck you, lady. Like,
one of the interesting things about this movie is how this obsession with politeness causes people who don't necessarily need to do that with one another still end up not saying things they need to say to each other. It's like even when they both are aware of this is weird, this is strange, something's off, even when they are in private with one another, they don't say precisely what they need to say.
Nope.
Yeah. Avoiding
100%.
confrontation. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I would tell my husband, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't hear it.
Well, I don't know if you see a kid drowned in a pool, maybe you mention it to your wife.
Yeah.
Just, hey, good idea here. Anyway, yeah, even here, he's at a kid's like recital and he's just staring off into space. He's like, I fucking hate this life I have. I hate everything.
God damn, bro.
Look at him.
I'll say this backstage. This is.
That's the impression. Is like you said. He's just like, what? This isn't what. And then even here, going through the motions with people coming over for dinner, and this asshole keeps talking to him, and he's like, oh, please kill me.
But she's all happy over here.
That's her style. Yep, that's what she likes. In the exchanging of. Sorry, go ahead, Donnie.
No, I was just gonna say this is the life he doesn't like, but towards the third act, he's realizing this is the life taken away from him that he wishes he could have back. So just plays on it.
Yeah. And then they go through they talk it out here with this other couple about who they met, this thing that the invitation they got, and then like the other couple's like, hey, maybe you should go, and it's like he starts getting really excited. He starts.
We've already flown a lot this year. Like, and they're just like, oh, well, you could drive. It's not even that long, and that's kind of like the final where she's like, oh, well, I can't say anything now, right?
Yeah, because if you notice, he starts like getting really his mannerisms change. He starts sitting up more, and he's more excited, and he's happy, smiling, and she's like, He's like, please get me please, let's do this because I don't murder the whole family someday. Like, please. But yeah, it was good. It was good. Good contrast. Yeah, see, and even they're saying like it's probably a little impolite to decline. Yeah, and she's put in a corner. She's like, okay, I really can't say no, like you said. So yeah, then here we go through the motions again, cleaning the dishes, like just there was a picture of that's their picture of all of them in that on the fridge here, right?
In Italy, yep.
In Italy, yeah, because it's on their fridge too.
I'm sure he got an earful after that dinner party when they all left.
Oh yeah,
bringing it up. Yeah. Oh no, I don't have anything else to say about it.
Yeah. Cynic is right though. The cinematography is fucking beautiful in this movie.
That's what a lot of these low budget movies like hang their hats on, is just how incredible the cinematography is. Like A24 is known for that.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Is this
I can't imagine it. No. But I just mean like
just in general,
low budget indie kind of productions.
Yeah.
And that's in this vein.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it doesn't feel like a horror movie except for the sound effects, the sounds that give off, because to me it just plays off as just maybe a drama playing.
Well, it's labeled as a psychological horror, so I guess there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's such a slow burn. It's so worth it.
It is. No, it is, because me and Sassy are like, I like this, but where is this going? Because I'm like, the movie's almost. Yeah. It's like the last 25 minutes of the movie. I'm like, okay, so things have to start happening, and holy shit, do they?
Yes, they do.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Again, it's like, this nice house and like you said, Gordon, the woods, and it's just they're very polite, and you don't really sense anything, even though you know something.
Until right now. Right about now.
The first thing that happens.
The first sign of trouble right here, sir. This is why the fuck would you think this is gonna go well? Like,
right.
When when Louise steps into the house, Karen's just like, oh, you can keep your shoes on, take them off, keep them on. So there's like this nice little banter that also just highlights how different these people are, because they're used to the city life, and here are these people he's cooking wild fucking boar. These people live off the land quite literally, right? So I feel like everything we've seen of Bjørn leading up to here too is also like a nice commentary just on how modernity and kind of like technology and all of these conveniences of city living and modern life have kind of dulled all of these instinct senses that normally would save us or keep us going in most other situations.
Very true. Very true. Look, Agnes. Yeah, they made a little bed for the daughter on the side, and the first I was like the mom. The other mom's like, "Oh, okay. I don't know if she's gonna like that, but we'll see." Yeah.
Crazy to think this all happens over 2.5 days.
Dude, it's
yeah.
Oh yeah. They give a gift of coffee cups, and then the wife's like, "Oh, coffee cups, yay!"
It's not like we're letting you stay here for a whole weekend. Coffee cups.
Not even coffee with the coffee cups, or like a bottle of something.
Right, yeah, just the cups.
Yeah.
Very Dutch.
Yeah.
Oh, and the mermaid on them. Yes, signifying
the mermaid.
Something.
Yeah. The mermaid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he makes a joke about that. Yeah.
And he force feeds her to eat, and then she keeps saying,
"This is it." Yeah.
This is where they could push them. I mean, one of the things like she gives in. They know. Go ahead,
the fact that a vegetarian, like, you guys know vegetarians, right?
I live with one, unfortunately.
Okay, so to force to get a vegetarian to eat meat right in front of you too is like, that's it. He knows that he's got them in the palm of his hand.
Oh, easily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because even the husband's like looking at her.
Such a violation.
Oh, 100%.
And I like. And one thing I like. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, so they have that scene in the trailer for the remake, and it's it's played up big, like it's very on the nose, showing you that this guy's violating her space. What I like about this is it's not really high. It's like you notice it, but the movie's not playing it up or anything. It's just doing this, and there's a little bit of
and he makes it her choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he is pushy, but that's because I could go.
It's not played up like, ooh, this is really awful and uncomfortable. It's just done kind of almost matter of factly. It's like it's like you're aware of it, but it's not necessarily treated as like this is part of what the movie's about.
Yeah, there's no nuance. Nothing is implied in the new movie is how I'm feeling it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, her husband doesn't even stand up for her. He even tells her to take a small bite of it too.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, this is where he's throwing the trash out. So is this the area where he goes in later with the pictures? But this is it, right?
Yes,
the bar,
I believe so.
Whatever cottage or barn, whatever the hell it is.
Oh, this is the creepy ass part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he opens his mouth and you see his tongue's missing.
A kid who can't speak named Abel. That's funny.
Religion. Yeah, this was cool. But yeah, he notices something.
Look at that face.
Yeah. He's like, what the hell's with your tongue, dude?
Oh, God.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Huh?
But it's these subtle things.
Bjorn.
I mean, this is not very subtle, but it's these subtle things that make this movie great that I think is just going to be plastered in our faces with the remake. That is just going to not give us the payoff like this one has in the third act. Also, this movie taught me that any vacation I take, I'm getting my own Airbnb. I'm not staying with nobody I meet with.
No.
Not even the cannolis.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't stay with me either. So they're just like, having a good old time, drinking, having fun, whatever. And then they're talking about modern things like technology and how it takes away from just your natural instinct and so it's interesting because it is kind of true. It just kind of dumbs everything down, does everything for you. So yeah, and then they talk about the kid being born with some disease. He has a smaller tongue, so they're like, "Oh, that sucks." Yeah, and then the kid starts coming into the room. So you're just getting a sense of it's like you said. Now it's a slow burn, and you're just like,
yeah,
what's happening?
But it pays
like,
off.
It's good. Yeah. And is this where the wife is kind of like, I don't know, something feels weird, and he's like, I just have to settle in. We're here for a weekend. Let's enjoy it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's her women intuition that we all have as women. We have our red flags are going off, especially when it deals with our children. If something just doesn't feel right in our children in a situation, be polite, but like it's just an alarm that keeps going off in the back of our heads.
And she did have that, that food was pushed on her. So she's already had her space violated by him. So it's like, wow, that was kind of brazen. It's like, that's
space violated. What is this?
Bullshit.
Oh my God!
Like her principal, like even though her principal is pretty gay, it's still her principal. But,
Roman, you have
no idea. The fact that he just paid no mind to it, he was like, I don't care.
Roman's like, what is this movie? I'm getting depressed. I was like, just wait. Just hang out for a while. You'll love the ending. It's fantastic.
Was it that Whitey said? He's like, oh, I've got to watch The Road now to cheer myself up.
This is a pretty bleak movie. It's really bleak. Yeah. This is what Stephen King wishes his writing lately would be like, and ending would be.
Facts. So this is where the daughter wants to go down the slide, and then the kid's just sitting there. And the parents don't even give a shit. They're not even they're not really the parents. You think they are.
No, they're all just talking, right? So it's not like they're really paying attention to the kids.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
True. This poor heroic child is doing the smallest thing to try to draw attention to the fact that these people are really horrible. Y'all need to GTFO.
Pay attention. Yeah. Pay attention.
What's poor kid?
Oh, sorry. Go. No, Nadia, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, Gord, what is the story of Cain and Abel?
Ooh.
The story of Cain and Abel is so Abel, they're obviously brothers. They were the sons of Adam and Eve, and Abel was the son whose offerings pleased the Lord, and Cain always kind of gave lesser offerings, so it didn't please him, and out of jealousy, he ultimately murders Abel. So, yeah. I don't think his name is really indicative of some kind of allusion to Cain and Abel. I think you were gone. It's like I almost think it was sort of if it was the American version, it's like if they named him Abel, it would be kind of a joke because he's unable to speak. This movie's ableist.
I was gonna say just because of what happens to Bjorn and Louise at the very end, how they meet their demise.
You could make a connection about Abel in the Bible is the child. Well, he wasn't a child. He was a grown man at the time, I think. But he's killed, and we have what happens in this. But
this poor kid, man. They just punish this kid. He grabs him and he's like, apologize. And it's like, oh Jesus.
And neither of them say anything. Bjorn and Louise say nothing. But also it's like it's not your job to parent someone else's kid. So
that's true.
But this should have been a red flag. They should have been like, I don't think we should be staying here, and I don't think our kid should be sleeping in the same room as this tongueless little.
Well, here isn't this where she tells him like she wants to go home? She's like, I don't like this.
Yeah, already. Yeah.
This is where she's like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, we're wearing matching colors. You control everything. I'm fucking staying.
Does this kid not know how to write?
She's like Wonder Woman. He's like Wonder Woman. Why can't I have this one thing? This one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised Abel didn't just write him a note like, hey, get the fuck out of here and please take me with you. These guys kill people.
It's like the dumbness of childlike innocence kind of deal, right? It's
Stockholm syndrome, maybe.
Maybe that.
Well, isn't it? It might be possible he doesn't speak their language because isn't their language different than the other couples? And when they speak it, they're kind of like they don't understand it.
Yeah,
maybe the kid doesn't speak English, maybe he speaks English sort of well, but he can't communicate really. So no, I don't know. Maybe he can't.
No. So perfect timing is as soon as they're like she's trying to get him to leave. She's like, "Oh, we're going to take you to this place for dinner. It's local." And she's like, "Oh, okay, great." Instead of just saying no, we have to go.
But only a day and a half left. Don't worry, Louise.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen in a day and a half. Yeah. So she thinks the kid's going with them, and the parent. I guess the other parents.
This is such an awkward scene for me because I wouldn't leave. I don't care if they trust this babysitter. I have a child that is female. I would not leave it with some strange dude who doesn't even speak the language my kid speaks on top of it too.
This was weird.
And I was like, this is bad parenting right there. Why aren't you standing up for your kid? My parents would be like, no, my kid's coming with me. I'm not leaving with some strange dude I don't even know.
Right. This is one of those things where it's like city dwelling kind of dulls your senses to all of this, right? It's so convenient for parents to just leave their kid at a daycare or some school all day, and then they're like, oh, it's fine because there's an adult there and everything, and it feels like the same thing is happening here. She knows she should say something, but she still goes along with it anyways, which doesn't make it's just it's comical. It's satire.
It's what's especially awkward about is the fact that they never even tell them that they're leaving the babysitter. It just happens abruptly. And it's like like the mindset you figure they're probably in is, well, I guess if this couple trusts them, I guess it's okay. And I'm like,
why wouldn't we?
You don't know the couple yet. It's like you really don't know the couple either. So it's like, it's just they're constantly pushing those boundaries. Are just like that. This couple doesn't resist.
Well, this is how we know that Patrick and Karin are kind of, apex in this regard because they knew from the beginning. They picked out these people they knew that they could push the limit with constantly, and it's why things turn out the way they do. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they think this is an uncomfortable thing too because she's getting annoyed because it's taking forever to get to the place, and it's hilarious. And then they get to this. What does she call it? She gives the restaurant a name later on.
A roadhouse.
Roadhouse, yeah. It's just this small place, and he orders.
They're the only ones there, though. That's the weird part.
Weird.
I have a theory about that as well, but we'll save that for the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had some. Yeah, I was getting suspicious of this place too.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I think it's the thing I was talking backstage. I think it's all a network that they have going.
I think we have the same theory then, Nadia.
Yeah. With the children. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy doesn't look shady at all. This guy who's coming to get the food order. Nah. Fucking creepy. Yeah, so it's just it's pretty interesting here. But this is where he calls her a pescatarian. Like he's calling her out about
it. Yeah.
It's pretty his face, he was like, bitch, I got you. Did you eat fish? Yeah. And she's just very uncomfortable. And
I don't know why vegetarians who eat fish just doesn't call themselves pescatarian.
Why don't they just be like, I don't eat cow? Because they're
or chicken,
or
pork.
Yeah. It's true.
Because that's like
virtue signal.
Fancy. Exactly. There you go. They can't virtue signal then.
Lucky enough, she's not vegan because that would make her even more unlikable.
I'm vegan, but I eat fish.
Yeah.
It's funny. She starts drinking wine like pretty heavily, and she gets drunk. And you're looking at the food. I'm like, what the hell are they eating? I don't know.
Yeah, what have they eaten?
I don't know.
The food's still there, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I know. I hate that shit in movies. I don't know why it drives me nuts. People waste. That's just because I'm a fat kid. It's okay.
Well, it's just like Patrick said, like, don't worry, I'll take care of you. Don't worry. So Patrick has ordered all of this, and when someone invites you out to dinner, the assumption is that they're the ones paying.
They're
not
the
you,
ones.
right?
Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Yeah, and he's getting uncomfortable because they're kind of handsy with each other, the other couple, and they're like, yeah,
right, and he's beta and doesn't like in a sexless marriage, right?
Yeah, and he's like, let's go dance, and she's like, what?
I think it's part of being Dutch too. They're not
culture.
Yeah, it's just their culture on it.
Polite,
They're not
very polite, and very reserved. Yeah,
Gotcha.
But also,
public displays of affection don't exist, kind of deal. Yeah.
Typical white people dancing. They don't know how.
It's a nice. Again, here's another like nice contrast of what happens when your senses are dulled. You dance like a fucking artard versus these kind of very like.
Holy shit! I haven't heard that one in a minute.
They're very like primal, right? They're very sexual. They're very open.
Very alpha.
Yeah, exactly. Taking what he wants.
Yeah, look at the difference here. They're just standing there and look at the other couple. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, the couple that play Patrick and Karin, they're married in real life. So there's why the chemistry.
Natural chemistry. Okay.
Aw, real.
I bet they do this in real life too. The fucking creepy.
Oh, fucking sick bastards.
They are actors.
That's true. That's true.
Probably. They just sent these two actors over to these people's house and just.
So to the right, you'll see the guy from Alien Romulus at the end.
The Orphan of Kos.
Dirk Nowitzki. Oh no, sorry. No.
Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki.
This is post-retirement.
NBA
emo Dirk Nowitzki.
Hall of Famer Dirk Nowitzki, NBA legend.
Dallas Mavericks legend Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh shit. Yeah,
this is the most awkward part of this scene.
He plays it off too so well.
Well,
I want to learn how to do this.
He's not even he's not even trying to manipulate him into paying it. He's doing it brazenly. Like he's basically kind of throwing it in his face. Like, oh, that's the kind. Thanks. And I mean, it's like he's pissed, like almost like he's pissed off at him. And he's just like, you're so weak. You pay for it.
Such a bitch.
I kind of agree.
This movie really should be called No Country for Dutch Pussies.
I kind of agree in the guests paying for dinner though, because you're staying at their house for free. They're providing you with food and entertainment and driving you. Like
that's
this could be
lawyer argument.
Yep.
This could be a thank you for allowing us to stay this weekend.
Yeah, but again, it's just when they ask, right? The intention is, oh, we'd like to take you out for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I agree with you. Otherwise, Nadia, it would have been nicer if they offered from the get-go because they are being put up in someone's house.
God, that face,
dude, his face in this whole movie. It's the
he
same.
Looks like Ewan McGregor.
Face of a defeated man.
Look at him. You're right. He's done with life. He just doesn't give a shit anymore. Yeah. And then the only time his face changes is the one time when they go to the beach at the end, near the end, and then the very end, obviously. But
scream.
Yeah. But this
guy really needed to go to Fight Club. He really
Somebody asked me if there's sexual tension between Bjørn and Patrick throughout some of these scenes.
I don't think that's it though.
I don't think it's a sexual thing. I think it's an admiration.
Yeah, no, that's someone admiring someone else and like
that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's no sexual.
He wishes he was him. Yeah.
No, I don't. When somebody asked me, and I was like, I think it's more of an admiration towards Patrick. Like this is the type of man you want to be.
That's more what they'll probably do in the American version.
Yeah, is this that shit word that I kept hearing thrown around lately because of Rings of fucking Power? And it's like where people create this headcanon of like these two characters actually have like sexual tension in a relationship.
Everybody has it has to be the only definition for anything nowadays.
It can't possibly be that a man sees another man is like, oh, that's what I want.
I envy this guy. Yeah,
it's actually because I want to fuck the guy.
Everything is sexual nowadays. Everything's sexual. It can't be. There's no brotherly love. There's no.
And then if you don't agree with it, you're homophobic.
Nobody admires anyone. They just want to have sex with them.
Exactly.
Yes. Never.
I mean, I admired Vex, and never mind.
Oh, private
she
chat.
stepped away, probably.
Wow. This part was hilarious with the music. He turns up the music, and the wife's like, "Shut the fucking music down!" And Bjorn's like, could you please turn the music down?" I
genuinely wonder. It's like, did the filmmaker know this song sucked, or is this something that people are just supposed to think is good music? Because I was like, I mean, I can't, like, part of me wants to believe they know this is a terrible song, and that's part of what makes it like so bad that they're doing it.
Oh god, yeah. It's so. Look at his face. Look at that. Now he's like smiling. He's such a fuck. I hated this guy.
Well, just his wife's a downer, right? There you go.
Yeah.
And finally
So
gets
is
to have a
Jamie.
little
Stand
bit
up
of
for
fun
yourself,
and-
you fucking pussy.
Yeah, stand up for
Right,
yourself. Say something.
It's all
Bitch,
the
we're gonna listen to music.
vegetarian
Shut the-
dishes.
That's what it is.
It's all the vegetarian dishes he's probably being made to eat at home.
I love
Not
the
getting
fact
any
that
steaks.
he's swerving all across the road too. I love those scenes where they're showing up from up high. You just see him like, what the fuck is going on? It's so fucking good. Yeah. And then they're all
I just
relieved
hopped
when
on
they
this
get
stream just to shit on that guy. That's basically been my contribution.
That's fine.
Fucking pussy.
Oh wait, just wait. Wait till the end, dude. I fucking hated that guy.
God.
Oh my god. Him and the bunny and the fucking kid. I was like, I would have left the kid. Fuck the bunny. I was like, you go walk, kid, if you want to find this bunny again. No, it's so ridiculous.
I think
so
the
like-
bunny scene, him turning around a bunny scene, is his way of trying to redeem himself throughout this whole weekend of not standing up for his wife and child. He's like, okay, this is how I redeem myself as a father. Let me go get
Well,
my
and
thing.
it's kind of, you
Really?
could argue it's a callback to earlier in the film when he got praised for doing that. So maybe in a way he's like, well, maybe I'll be a
Trained.
I'm the
father
hero.
again.
I'm the hero.
I was gonna, I didn't see it as a redemption thing. I saw it as like, oh, my wife just wants us to carry on. I can't do that. I'm gonna make my own decision, but it happens to be the wrong decision,
Ooh.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, granted, I
I-
don't particularly like the way it plays out.
No, yeah, it's
back,
stupid.
but still,
Yeah.
it's
Super
Real
chat
quick,
from
super
Neot.
chat? Yeah.
Hey, Film Comics Explained. Thank you, buddy. For an asshole's $5. Sorry, it's Australian $5. What does a Dutchman do when he wins the football World Cup? He turns off the game console and goes to sleep. Good one, buddy. Good one. You
it'd
know
be
what?
way funnier if I followed football.
Yes.
I'm
give
going
you
to
this one.
assume the Dutch suck at football.
We're
Yeah.
gonna give you
That's what I'm
this. We're gonna give you this clip here because this is a new one.
Somebody stole all our lunches.
Who would steal 30 bag lunches?
I'll tell you who took those lunches. That damn Sasquatch.
Thank you.
Yes.
Lord, for the
Bex,
recommendation.
I like your point on that, but I also thought too, it's his way of going back to say goodbye and apologize for
Right,
leaving,
and that's something
too.
he wants to do, right?
Yes,
Versus
yeah.
whatever- yeah.
What she
I
wants
get
to
you. I
do.
get you.
This
Yeah.
part was crazy. She's in the shower and some dude just comes in and or whoever it is just starts brushing their
Patrick.
teeth.
It's a
Patrick.
it's a European
Yeah,
thing.
but
It's a
but
European
like
thing.
it's it's just I love how the tension here it's used so well because it just stays focused on her and you're seeing it from her point like what the fuck is going on? She's naked in the shower. It was good. I like this.
Well,
It was good.
Patrick should have just
exact-
peed in the shower, just like whatever.
You're not gonna
That's
do
probably
anything.
in the new one. I could see McAvoy doing that in the new one.
It's great though. Like this is another way that we're seeing like the predator aspect, like those 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 hunting elements of Meg. I also like hold on, just stay here because like he's reading this book when they go to Italy and he had just started, and now
Yeah,
here
look at
they
him.
are months later, and he's only pages still into this
Hey man, don't make fun of his reading habits.
He
He's
probably,
still LeBron.
James.
well, he probably looked at the title and thought it was just an instruction.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Open.
I just noticed that the first time around, but yeah, he
That's
didn't
pretty
get
goddamn
this book
funny.
since he went to Italy.
Oh god, that is so funny. Oh god.
He can't
yeah,
even
she
commit
comes-
to a fucking book.
And then again, she doesn't tell him anything, right? So she comes in, but it makes her
Dude, well,
little
the book is just to keep her away. Like I'm fucking reading this. God damn
Yeah,
it.
I'm bored. Yeah, yeah, that's all it is. You're right. It's like a wall.
He's just
between them, like-
staring off into the fucking abyss, is what he's doing. Holding
Yeah.
up that book.
and then she gets all fucking horny over it. It's crazy. Like
How many red
'cause you-
flags have we had so far? We've had
bunch.
the vegetarian. Yeah. So like at this point, fucking leave already.
Yeah, well, no, she's got to get it on first, and then. But yeah, she gets
Oh,
off on
yeah.
it. She gets, and then Patrick, I like how like, he's looking at them through the window, and then like the kid's
Yeah.
crying out, and she's like, "No, I gotta get off. Sorry, I'm not.
Well,
fuck all
that-
that."
That plays up to what's her face? Karen asking like, "Where were you? What when
Mhm.
Agnes was
Mhm.
crying?
They
You
know.
know, what
They
were
knew,
you
yeah.
doing?" Yeah.
Mhm. This is probably the first time that he's gotten laid in like what, a year probably. Look at this guy. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
it works really well in the movie, but when you just see
it does.
Cannoli, once again, do not look at your window.
Pumpkin Man, is that you? But yeah. And then she just realizes, oh, I got off now, and I don't know. God knows how long it's been. She goes in and can't find the kid.
Oh my gosh!
She finds the kid naked, like in the middle of the bed with them naked. It's like, and then she gets pissed.
Fucking weird.
Well, but
yeah,
which is not natural. But then again, it's like, well, if you would have gotten your kid when she was crying for you, then
you still don't know these people. You don't
100%.
They're not.
I don't care if
you
know. I don't care if they're freaking family. If they pull your kid out of bed while they're naked, I'm stabbing them in the forehead.
No, I agree with you.
Are you kidding?
Not for the Dutch.
Oh my
nope.
gosh!
How do you not yell at these
Oh my
people?
gosh, this is so perverse.
Yeah,
and
so
wrong, and I'm just like,
so she demands that they leave, and they do.
Stupid bunny.
Oh fuck!
I can't believe that guy managed to actually get it up that low T motherfucker.
Right?
Congratulations.
Right?
Because he's had meat this whole entire weekend.
He's had
years
to
he had wild boar.
Yeah.
He's
actually had some protein.
He's clearly thinking of Patrick's in it. Come on. That's what the modern audience would tell you. That's what's happening. Yeah. So I like how the kid's just looking at, oh, thank God they're gone. Run.
If I was this kid, I would have been booking it after them. Like,
yeah, could I come with you? I can't talk. Like, let me write it for you or some shit. God, this poor kid. Yeah, and they get away.
Well, at the same time, it's like part of me wants the kids like, oh, good, they got away. You know?
Yeah.
Because he was really only like he was. I mean, I contend. I think he was trying to help them, and he's watching them go. He doesn't seem to be like, he's pretty nonplussed about leaving in the sense that he's not going after them to be taken with them, but.
Fucking rabbit, dude.
I want my nannies, and I'm like, ugh.
She's crying, and then the mom's actually like, the one time I'm like, all right, good. She's like, fuck the rabbit, like it's gone. Let the other kid have it. Sniffling. I'm like, oh, you're gonna be just like your dad when you grow up, aren't you?
Yeah. Again, the only thing I do not like about this is that she finds it when they get back. That it annoyed me because it brought a silly element of luck into it, and I was like, I think you illustrate your point better if she actually left it. You've made your point good enough.
So who was it you, Vex, or Nada? You said that he wanted to, or maybe it was sent you. He wanted to go back. It was an excuse for him to go.
Okay.
Well, everybody. Yeah.
She probably should have had sex with him. It filled him with confidence.
Actually, Gord, that's a good point. I mean, he got laid. He's been eating meat all week.
I'm a man
He's
again.
got a little bit of testosterone.
He's eating
in him.
boar.
Like, I can go back, get that fucking rabbit, and leave, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could stand up to this guy.
I'll stand up to the guy with my fucking skin.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Just in regards to her finding Ninus under the seat kind of thing, it seems, but again, this is where the satire element comes in. And I feel like if you view a lot of the stupidity of this movie through a satire lens, it makes complete sense why certain events play out the way they do.
Very true. Fuck it, Enzo.
Like,
that's a good joke.
The wife is pretty fucking clueless. So, of course, she wouldn't look under the seat, right? And he's driving, so he can't really do anything.
Yes. It's true.
Yeah, but she's all pull over to look in the suitcase.
He did. He looks in the back. Why wouldn't you look under?
She didn't do anything though, like because he went off the word that it's not back there, so my wife has looked, and then he went and actually looked. But so it's kind of this was kind of on the wife.
But this plays into Gord's point earlier, where they don't talk to each other, they don't communicate to each other. What's going on?
Terrible.
Yep.
Major things are happening, and nobody's saying anything to each other. It's fucking crazy to me. Yeah, and this is where they have the confrontation. And I like him. He's like, go back in the car. It's like, what the fuck are you going to do to get out of this situation? Give him that stupid look. Just like
give him that defeated look.
I don't know, man. If Chris disappeared like that, I would be back. I'd be ready to throw hands. Like I'd be right behind him.
Fucking naughty, just punching people on the way out.
Yeah.
And they do a great job of making them feel bad and just suckering them back in here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just unbelievable.
But even when they're making them feel bad, like I'm trying to what's the wife's Patrick's wife's name? What's her name again?
Karin.
Yeah.
Of course
Karen or Aaron?
Karen.
Yeah, Karen. What Karen is saying was like really getting under my skin. It's like, where were you? It's like, you had her in your bed while you all were naked. I don't care. It's like, I was like, you all are not standing up to this chick right now. It's like, I'm sitting there loathing this woman. And then I'm like, they're not doing anything. And I was just, and that's where it kind of clicked. That's where it started to click for me. I was like, okay, this is the commentary on this movie. These people just refuse to stand up for themselves at all.
I love this part here when they're like, yeah, she's like, well, ever since we've got here, you've been serving. Why the fuck are you eating it? You stupid bitch. Right. Like, this is what, and they're looking, here's that look. They're like, yeah, this look here is we're going to kill you both very soon. This is like, yeah, fuck you people.
Look at
like
the ending.
Part of the interesting thing is if they had just left, I don't think these two would have pursued them. That's kind of what's interesting about these people is they were like, oh, wow, they
stood up for themselves and left. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Nadia.
It's almost a game of freedom of choice. I was going to say at the end when he finds all the photos of the other families, I'm sure he's dealt with different personalities, probably similar to theirs, where they could very easily manipulate them as much too.
Very true. Yeah, she's like laying it all out like this happened in the meat and the way you were touching yourself. It's very uncomfortable. And it's like, just spit it out. And then this guy, he's just standing there. God. Not even that fucking look on it.
Didn't have enough meat this week at all.
I wanted to fucking strangle this guy. I was like, bro, say something. Yeah. It's so annoying. So fucking annoying.
Like, you were force feeding me boar, and he's like, that's not the only meat you took.
Yeah. That's why your kid was sleeping next to my ass. No,
you had yourself some wild Bjørn.
Yeah.
I think if they left here too, instead of just staying for the extra day, they would have been fine as well.
Yeah.
They just turned around and left.
Just said,
they're almost like they're just it's almost like they're trying to push them. It's like, hey, if you stand up for yourself, you're out. It's fine.
Yep.
We know what we're doing.
It's just wild that they feel these complete strangers need so much respect that they need to go back and say goodbye when these people don't know them. These aren't people they see. It's crazy that that's the direction. It's funny. Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Could almost be a commentary on the YouTube community. Hey!
And
Whitey came at the right time.
Whitey! I love this picture, Whitey.
That's a good one, Whitey.
That's a good one, White Bear. How you doing, buddy? You there? Is he there?
I think he's getting
Yeah. Sorry. Just
Whitey here.
You're good.
Yeah, just getting in. So you know how it is.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I hear you. Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Everything okay with the family, Whitey? Everything's taken care of?
Yeah, all good. How's everybody doing? We got Nadia, we got Cynic, and we got that Vex bitch. My divorcee.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's here again. No, we were talking about leading up to. I know, Viper, you saw this for the first time. You were disturbed, but we got to the point where we basically admitted that the couple who gets all the shit that happens to them, they're just useless and they can't stick up for themselves and have an awful marriage and usual shit. So
man, going through this movie with you guys, the ending actually makes me happy now.
Thanks you.
Right?
Thank you. Yeah.
So I was saying earlier, it's like, I know these aren't good people, but I kind of want to vote for them.
Yeah.
And look at this. They just manipulate them back into like they're doing house chores. And of course, this is foreshadow. This scissors don't cut anything. They're so dumb. Well, they cut something later. Stop it. Yeah, this is the part where Patrick and Bjørn go on a nice drive, listen to music. They're talking about their likes and dislikes of music. And this is where Patrick basically makes this man cry, just breaks him down. Right?
He fights breaks him down. I wouldn't describe it like that. I would say more it's just like finally Bjørn has a chance to actually express himself. We know that he can't do that with his wife. He doesn't do that with the friends that they have back in the city. So here he is. Finally, he finds someone that has praised him in the past. He's put him, built him up, give him some confidence, and he feels like he can be his true self, and it's not going to be a bad thing. He's not going to be negatively received. So I feel like this is a bit of catharsis for Bjørn, but it's just completely misplaced because he's blinded.
100%.
His senses are so dull that he can't see all the red flags.
Now look, See, he changed his face and he's smiling, and it's like,
God. Now he looks like he wants to fuck him.
Yeah, see, now he looks gay. If I
like
put,
this
if
is
I
the
put,
James McAvoy face right here.
Yeah, I put my hand here. Will you?
I wish I was naked in your bed last night instead of my daughter.
Word.
Spanking the week.
God.
They're gonna put some gay sexual tension in the room.
Oh, it'll be 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. I'm really interested to see what you guys say. But yeah, look at him.
Their dysfunction will be because he's secretly gay.
Yes.
Wants to stick him in him, feed him the salami.
Well, they're gonna use like only real manly men do this gay shit. So don't worry. Express yourself, you simp.
Nothing will make you more manly than swallowing my sperm.
That's the extra 17.
They should retitle it "Don't Ask, Don't Tell."
Oh God. Isn't this the spot where they killed him at the end of the movie too?
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. There you go. I like the groceries in the back. He's like, "Oh, feed me my tomatoes."
Which isn't that kind of like pretty twisted? That's like he knows this is where we're totally gonna kill him here.
Oh
This is where he's taking. It's like, I'm taking you to the spot we're gonna murder you.
Yep.
Yeah. So I can get acclimated in the daylight.
This is where Bjørn just opens up to him and starts crying and like, I hate my life and blah blah blah. You know, he breaks down and Patrick's looking at him going, "Oh, this is going to be the easiest thing we've done in a long time. This guy is a bitch.
I'm going to put you right out of your fucking misery, buddy. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, he's like, right over that hill. You're going to get hit in the head with a fucking boulder, buddy.
My wife, she changed all of her milk to soy milk, and she tells me that I'm mansplaining, and I don't have any balls.
She says I have no balls.
She makes me watch. I don't just like to watch. I like to. When is it Bjorn's turn? When is it?
Oh my God! Oh, fucking Whitey, never change, man. Never change, please.
Look at this is though a great commentary though on just like masculinity, right? Because Bjorn is stuck in this cycle of, I don't really have much purpose. I don't really have a drive to do anything. Like, what am I doing? I feel like I'm not even a person anymore. I have no identity. And here's this guy is like, he knows who he is. He knows what he wants. So it's like Bjorn's kind of, he's aspiring. But yeah, it's great commentary here.
I want to show you something. My penis. And then
this is what an actual penis looks like.
If we stand behind the steel thing, no one can see us.
Nobody can see idea.
When I get too cold, I press it in like elevator button, and it goes deep.
This is Dutch obelisk from our version of 2001.
Yeah.
This is where we get the screaming in the thumbnail of this night's show. Yeah, he's liberated. He's happy. He's just like, yeah, I let it out, man. I'm a man.
And this is like those women screaming at a volcano and shit.
Yeah. Those camps they have now, even for guys now. Too. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this looks a little gay. This looks a little gay. They're a little too close to each other. You know,
3, 2, 1, bottoms off.
Stop. Honey, if you know what I did in the pool, you'd be. He was better.
He got me going, but I didn't get off.
That's not chlorine you're tasting.
But look at him. He's being more compassionate to his wife. He's paying attention. He's happy, and she's just like, yeah. This is where things start to get weird. The way they treat the kid, like you're starting to see, like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Well, the kid is a throwaway to them. They already know they're getting a new one. Yeah.
100%.
Wait, so this is past the point when they've already tried to leave one time and then had to go back for the bunny?
Yes,
right?
the fucking bunny. It put the bunny in the ball.
Yeah. This is why you don't listen to your kids. I'm sorry, Jules, but we will never listen to you again.
Dude, I'd be like, dude, suck it up and cry all the way home. Fuck the bunny. I'm not gonna get eaten.
I know, like, what is this? Like,
that's gentle parenting. That's gentle parenting.
Like, fuck,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
I gotta get the bunny.
Put the bunny back in the box.
In the box. We need a Nicolas Cage. So she cuts her finger, and then they're like, Patrick, look at her finger. And he's like, oh, okay. And he admits he's not a doctor. So,
Another red flag to just pick up and leave.
Yeah,
Oh, look
what's
at
interesting
Bjørn.
is he I really liked the way he masked it. Because when he admits it, he's like, well, he likes to make a good impression because basically it's a really good manipulation because it's something they would probably understand.
100%.
Where he's just like, no, it's like the reality is like, no, I lied because you're all gullible idiots. But
Yeah.
well, I like.
It's
to
like,
make
well,
it
what do you do for work?
I'm
And he's like,
vulnerable in that way.
I don't
don't
believe in
work. I don't believe in working.
Yeah. I jack off helpless men in cars.
That plays a vex in my theory, I think, of how they actually earn their income.
No, it makes sense actually. Now that now that you say it, because Bjorn looks around a little bit too suspicious. Fine, he's like, that's a little weird, But again, look how uncomfortable they are, and they don't fucking do anything. And then this guy's talking about cheese. He's talking about cheese for 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, give up the fucking cheese talk, man. We get it, Dutch cheese. We get it. But and then the wife is like, oh god, shut the fuck up already about the cheese. But then she just keeps going on with their kid, telling her how to eat. Now they do show this in this new trailer. And it doesn't. I don't know. Just a little clip that I saw from the new movie. It doesn't play as well. Like this is just. It's just like subtle and just awkward. In the new movie, they're trying to play it up as like some bit. It's like, yeah, you're right. Like, it just looks fucking stupid. This new movie, it really does. But
now she's like trying to outdo the mom here and just become mom to this new kid.
Yeah, telling her don't do. And then she gets pissed finally.
I like the duality of what she's doing though, because on the one hand, it's like she's pushing another boundary, but at the same time, she's kind of prepping her too.
Yeah.
Well, on the other side of the table too, like Patrick is pushing Bjorn's boundary by just like, do you hear what I'm saying? I'm right. Until Bjorn just finally like caves and is like, yeah, man, yeah, you're pretty awesome. You are right, kind of deal.
Yeah. Dutch cheese, we get it.
The Dutch suck, we get it. Yeah.
I wanted to touch your cheese in the car.
God. Sorry.
But like her face, like you gotta admit, that she's doing some great acting right here, lady on the left line, because she's reacting exactly the way that you would when, like, say the mother-in-law is starting to try to come in there and creep in and tell your children how to act, and every time that she looks away from her, she's making a face,
and yet they're still there after everything that's happening, and they're like, oh, let's go watch the kids do a dance, and this part was fucking crazy. Look at them; they're just like,
that music sucked.
Music was terrible, but like they just let it go, right? And then this is where Patrick starts getting really pissed off at the kid, and then knowing what we know now, they don't give a fuck about this kid. Who cares? So,
wish that they made him listen to K-pop or something. Where's your rhythm?
Yeah, like, but Bjorn's even like, what the fuck are you doing to this kid? Why are you screaming at him? It's okay. It's just a dance. And look at this. I felt so bad for this kid, man. He just starts crying. But like this whole build up. And again, he's just like, what's the problem? Patrick's like, I don't understand what the problem is here. It's a dance. He's got to learn how to do. It's like, Jesus. And they keep looking at it. But again, they're not communicating with each other. They're not telling each other. Like right there, wouldn't you be like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. This is a little nuts. Or how many other hundreds of times I would have been out of this house. But nope. They have good cookies. So like, we're going to stay.
Film Comics has a nice question in the chat there.
I haven't seen this yet, but do you think they'll kill them because they are disgusted that they have no backbone? Or are they more like cats playing with their prey for fun?
It seems like both. I
definitely the former.
Yeah, I do like the theory that Nadia and Vex have come up with, but it's the former for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this is kind of like one of those instances where like lions go after a herd and they pick off the weakest one in the herd.
It's because they have no backbone that they are killing, that they can kill them.
100%.
My recommendation is, love having you in the chat. I would dip out and go watch it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get this.
Don't get the ending spoiled for you, dude.
We're getting closer to the ending. Yeah.
Don't keep any sharp objects near your table.
Yeah, like I know we're mocking the shit out of it, but it's a good movie.
Yes.
No, it is a good movie.
Believe it or not.
No, I don't want you to have.
Honestly, even the discussion has enhanced it for me, even because I've only watched it one time.
Yeah. Look at Bjorn. Here comes that look again, but now it's like fear.
He's just a boy.
He's just a boy. More K-pop.
When it's Bjorn's turn. Bjorn wants a turn.
He has two faces. I'm absolutely not a man, and I'm scared.
I'm scared. Exactly. 100%.
This guy looks like kind of like a young and in better shape, like John Rhys Davies a little bit.
Yeah, I see it.
He does actually, yeah.
Kind of does.
So Bjorn starts actually like standing up for himself a little bit. He's like, geez,
he just finally he sees something wrong and finally decides to say something about. Again, he's gotten this confidence to be a man now, so he decides to be a man finally, but only for a split second, unfortunately.
Yeah, you almost get the impression like they might try to leave after this, but they're still staying after it.
Dude, it's so fucking annoying. Oh my god.
No, the dude kind of looks like who played Andy Serkis, like when he was in like Inkheart or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This guy?
No.
Oh, you mean the other guy? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Patrick.
Yeah, I like how the mom goes outside. And she's like, "Take the kid away. I don't want her to see me like this." Well, like a bitch. I get it. Like, I get
they
it.
They were pouring her
upset.
extra wine too, and like a shit ton of wine, and
leave me in my safe space.
Yeah. It's the same thing as Bjorn, though, right? Like for him, they both internalize all these things, even when they see things are wrong, and it comes out in these nasty ways. Like she snaps at Agnes here over it, which also is just like it's another way where it's just like this isn't really a woman that really cares about being a mother or like her child or anything, because like she treats Agnes more like a pet than she does a kid.
100%.
Yeah, man, she probably goes outside to go fart.
It's a trophy. It's a trophy situation where
it's an open air Dutch oven.
You get married, you have a husband, and then you have a kid.
You get the kid.
Kid. Yeah, it's just just moving the goalpost.
Well, actually, Whitey, you brought up wine. That actually reminded me of something when she's kind of accosting Karin for telling her kid what to do. If you like, Patrick pours like a bunch of wine in her glass, like almost as like a subtle hate. It's like kind of a rude way of calm down, woman. Here's a bunch of wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in a taunting fashion. I was like, that's a nice little detail.
Because I saw her guzzling it at the at their little place where they went and ate, and they had to pay for the meal and all that. But she's just getting so pissy and so mad, and she internalizes it and has to go outside and go, I'm mad. I'm so angry.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I got a hold of a soundboard.
Oh god! Here we go.
Yeah, your life is over now, buddy.
I'm done.
And this conversation here is very nice because again, Bjorn has a bit of a backbone now, so he's like, I want to be more involved. Finally, like I no longer feel like I'm going through the motions. I can do this as well, sort of deal.
Yeah. Then his boyfriend comes and pisses while he's brushing his teeth, and it's like, oh. Okay.
You were only the man for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, like, if these psychos just want to take people to man camp and to kind of get them to wake up to defend themselves, I would totally understand it. Like, welcome to man camp, but no, they're evil people.
Yeah, he looks at him here too, like, you're gonna die tonight. Yes.
That toothpaste, I rubbed my dick in it and it burnt because it has menthol.
Doesn't fight cavities.
Doesn't fight cavities at all. Not even for sensitive gums.
Oh, so this is where the kid, right, is crying, because he does that throughout the movie. Actually, their kid or their fake kid, and
Abel,
gets Abel. Sorry, yeah. So Abel, he gets cured because he hears a lot of rustling around, a lot of crying, and he's like,
the TV's going as well, very loud.
TV's loud, yeah.
He can't talk or dance. They just name him Disable.
Whitey, oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Vex, where have you been? This has been a running joke.
No shit. Oh my god. Yeah, so he goes up and he turns the and it's funny when he turns the TV off before there's a shot of the Patrick in the back smoking and he goes back into the house.
Well, this is all part of, again, this is like just predator movements, right? It's just like he knows that these people have nowhere else to go. He knows how he can get him to start acting erratically and all this stuff and get, you know, things to, whoa, whose stomach just gurgled?
No idea.
Nobody.
No idea.
I don't know.
What one quick thing? So he goes to the TV and then he hears the water running and then there's the door opening closed. So he's basically being lured here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of what's fascinating. It's like like it's like he's being lured here to see what's about to happen.
Yeah, this is that part of the house where he couldn't get into before. Everybody's throwing the trash out, right? The beginning. So now it's open. Hey, come up these stairs. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
I'm just saying, this relates to the fact that
This
America should keep their gun rights. I'm just saying,
bro. Facts,
absolutely.
Facts.
I had somebody over the weekend try to tell me that no, there's no reason. There's nobody coming after you. There's no reason to have.
Gosh.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell them to look at the history of Venezuela and see if they still agree with that.
Right.
That's going to be the
Chicago.
future of America.
Yeah, it's surprisingly where I was.
Well, depending on the next election, that's going to be
you're trying to hear what they're saying over a hail of gunfire.
Well, that's why I asked about where they're doing the new one, because I'm like, there's no way they could fit it in the United States nowadays, because if somebody would have.
No,
it.
I think it's Ireland or England, and then the Louise and Bjørn, that will be an American couple.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is where he sees all the photos of all the kids that are like the couples they're with, and then later on the kids with them. It's so put two and two together and get the fuck out of the house, bro.
When I first saw this, I was shocked. On a rewatch, it's so sad because it gives you more into the lore of the kid, the background story around the kid, knowing what, and still not knowing exactly what he has gone through to be this submissive. It's just so sad. It's
this part,
no way to reverse it or save him.
No, this part was so fucked up, dude. God damn.
The funny part about all of this though is like, for again,
that kid in the water, and she's like, the funny part. We got a
lot of dead kids.
Kid lost his parents.
I'm sorry.
The funny thing is, these little bastards.
Let her talk.
Sorry,
let her cook. Let her
cook. Unrelated to the dead child in the pool, though, is like this entire time, Bjørn has kept his mouth shut. He doesn't push the boundaries. He doesn't go where he's not supposed to. And then again, finally, because he's got like this burst of masculine energy, he's like, I'm gonna go see what's going on over there. I'm gonna peek into someone's life. I'm gonna be a little bit rude for once. Kind of deal. And it's just like for the worst outcome possible, it happens.
But even then, it's like I said, I think, I mean, he's drawn there though. At the same time, it's like it's more. I don't even know if it's rudeness so much as just curiosity, because three distinct sounds, which are very clearly intentional, are what bring him there. It's like you have the TV on really loud. He goes to turn that off. Then you have the faucets on, and he goes over and then he hears the door opening and closing. It's like all of that. I am positive Patrick's doing that to draw.
100% he is. Yeah. But it's just like finally it's just like you don't go snooping around someone's house usually, right? So it's just.
I thought you were going to say what was funny was that Abel was taken out of the gene pool by being dropped into a pool.
Well, he should have kept his mouth shut, shouldn't he?
That little bastard.
That got his tongue.
But genuinely, like that did make like that for me is the most sad and disturbing part of the movie, is because, like I said, Abel's the one character who's comes out looking good in this. You're like, oh, that poor kid. He was actually trying to warn them. It's like this kid has more stones than this grown man here.
It's true. It's so true. Yeah,
but it also clues you in on what the daughter's fate is going to be. Because this will happen to her.
So
when her usefulness is over, she's over.
Yeah, this whole instance kind of threw me off. So like, he gets Louise and Agnes. And he's like, we have to go now, right? And they're filling up gas. And it's just like Louise doesn't seem to be panicked at all. Like, even though just earlier in the day, bunch of red flags were happening for most of the trip, he was on high alert. And then all of a sudden, it's just kind of like none of this really matters to her anymore. It's bothering her,
right?
Yeah, like she's just okay with everything suddenly.
Because before she was the one, let's get the hell out of here.
And I agree. Like I think this is like the issue I have is that it's that she seems so utterly clueless. I mean, though at the same time, it's it's helped by the fact that we still have this issue of they can't speak directly. It's like he should just say Abel was drowned. these people are killers. We need to get back out of here.
Yeah,
He doesn't actually tell her what's going on. But at the same time, like, yeah, it's like her being so utterly clueless. I do think it's ridiculous. It's a problem.
I feel like I know, like, again, this is where the satire element comes in, but it's like it's almost to the detriment of the rest of the movie that you make her that compliant with everything.
Like, put it this way, she's so clueless that when he gets back to, when he finds that when like they drive up to pick him up, and she's in the back thanking them. There was a moment where I thought, wait a minute, is she in on this? What's going on? But it's like, no, she's just really that clueless. I was like, oh. Yeah.
Thanks for helping us, even though you're the creepiest people I've ever met. So they're getting chased down here. It's just fucking nuts. So this guy decides to go off-roading.
Yeah, well, they fill up, and it looks like Patrick is following them. And in a panic, they don't know where they're going, and he just goes onto a dirt road out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's really,
it's just Sassy, you're right. Like you think with all of these sudden steps that Bjørn wants to take, he just finally, okay, we're in the car, the kid's asleep. Listen, I found Abel in the pool. That's why I wanted us to leave. And again, here's another instance where the outcome could have been completely different for all of these people if he just talked to his wife.
Yep. No communication. It's just very odd to me. Like, I'm gonna, dude, these people killed this kid. Let's get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah. Look, she's on her phone again. Like, la-di-da. No big deal. And then he looks. He's like, I gotta go to this house all the way down the road to get us out of this situation. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, like him saying, I'll run up and call for help, and her still being clueless. I was like, that's a bit far.
You can't get a signal.
I was like, you're taking it too far.
She looked at him like, what are you talking about? Where are you going? But then she ends up being compliant and just staying in the car. But she doesn't lock the door. He asked her, lock the door. And she doesn't do the one thing he asked her to do. The one thing.
100%.
The name of this movie should be renamed to "Oh, I Don't Want to Be Rude." The entire movie could be just summed up as "Oh, I don't want to be rude."
The Dutch are too nice. Look,
you gotta.
Thank you, Grumpy. Yeah, thanks. Oh, Sassy got it. Oh, good. Use that.
Sassy, do you remember? Sassy, you get to sleep in the big bed tonight. Good for you.
Thank you. And then for you, Grumpy, I'm gonna give you this one, buddy.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Sassy, now you remember.
It's to play with your membership.
She's gonna play with my member. Yeah, I like how Patrick stands up. I was creepy. Patrick goes right up to the side of the door, and it's like I love this shot too because it's creepy as fuck, man. And I like that they don't show you the reactions of what's happening. You're in your head, you're imagining what's happening. I love it. And this guy's jumping into fucking mud puddles, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. So
he doesn't want to be rude to the water. Excuse me, don't want to disturb the nature. There might be a frog in there.
It's bad for the environment.
Yeah. And then he comes back and they're all gone. And that's that feeling of knowing that your family's just, and you're like, you kind of suspect maybe what happened, but you're not sure. Oh God, it's dark. You don't know where the fuck you are. God, what a horrible, helpless feeling that would be.
It's got that bunny.
He's got the bunny. The bunny's there. Yeah.
Nick Cage would have handled this a lot better.
Oh, he would have just fucking killed everybody.
This bunny?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Earlier, I said, oh, we've all been in this kind of situation. You know, we all laugh about it, but we've all been uncomfortable. But I look at this after rewatching.
None of my kids have their tongue now. So
I have been in that situation, but if there have been multiple of these situations back to back, I think I would have GTFO after like the second time, second or third time.
Immediately.
Yeah.
One would hope.
All right, that took a little bit to get there. I don't know why.
It's okay.
No. It's the summary of the movie you were trying to get there because it's like these people are so not American. A lot of us are of a certain mind that we would be like, oh no, that's suspect in a bad way. I'm out of here.
Yep, fuck you, buddy.
I'm gonna pretend to take a dump and I'm gonna leave.
I'm going to go to some stranger's house in the middle of nowhere. I'm definitely bringing my firearm.
Right. Yeah, but that's the absolute difference.
Yeah.
What's the rule of firearms for Dutch people? Do they have?
No, they probably.
So that way you don't end up in that Dutch oven, man.
There are two things I don't like in this world, and it's people who don't respect other people's cultures and the Dutch.
I told Cannoli that should be the title of the stream. I don't know why he didn't listen.
I don't respect the Dutch.
I don't respect the Dutch. That's actually, I might change that later.
I mean,
that's a good point. Yeah, this is where she's thanking them. Like, oh yeah, you guys have done everything I don't like, but hey, thanks for coming to help us. And yeah, look at them. Get in the fucking car. Everything will be all right. He tells him, and Bjørn's like, okay. Because what is he gonna do?
Pussy, okay, I drew myself.
Yeah, like what's fascinating about this scene, and it was just, I was so, like you said, the ending's almost satisfying in a way because of how just
now it is
repulsively doormat these people are. But they don't pull
Fucking
a weapon
people.
on them. Nothing. It's like he hits them a couple of times, but they don't even fight.
Nothing.
They really
Slow,
don't.
but you're not going to fight
Just
for
stand
anything.
there.
Like,
She doesn't fight the woman at all. She just tries to. She holds onto her kid and she tries to keep on. But
right?
She doesn't fight or claw or. I'm like, nothing.
Nothing.
Like, what's wrong with you people?
I love
it's
these
those same. Gordon, it's those same ladies they did a video on asking if they would kill for their children, and most of them are like, I don't know. That seems extreme. Yeah,
it's extreme.
Yeah, you used to be
Probably was
Vikings.
Dutch.
Come on.
Yeah.
fucking Dutch, man. We're almost there. Oh, this part. Oh god, dude. This is where it gets fucking. This is where. Oh. Now I'm sitting here with my kid watching this, right? And then I'm watching my kid's face as this is all happening, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Even for a second, I felt help. Like, take all the other bullshit about why these people are retarded out, and I felt like, oh god, if that was me, what the fuck? Yeah, you're right. I would do anything in my power to just stop it, even if I die trying. No, not happening. Sassy, we get extra sassy.
She wouldn't ever even let it get there.
No,
like he literally like leaves the car just to go
and he's looking at the key, and he's giving him a shot.
Nothing. Yeah, it's like he's just flaunting it now. He's just like, yeah, you're
not going to do nothing.
I can get out of this car. I can leave the keys here, and you're not going to do a thing. You're not going to try to take my wife hostage. As you know, to get out of this, you're not going to do anything. And it's like, wow, that it's the movie's biggest flex.
Yeah, it's true.
I would have been a spider monkey at that point, baby. I've been crying all over him and choking him in the face.
Choking him in the face.
Yeah, you know his face. I would choke it.
I like how the kid has more. I like how the kid has more respect. Like, hey, I don't like what's going on here, and I want to go home. And the mom's like, "We'll be there soon."
I want to go home.
The mom's face right now.
You shouldn't have been so hot, fixated on that stupid bunny,
Stupid bunny.
We wouldn't be in this if not for that bunny.
Yep. Yeah. Patrick's
yeah,
like,
she's just do as they say. Just do as they say. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
And the wife
see, right now,
saying,
the bad people are just getting, this is like the ultimate getting their rocks off because they don't know if somebody's going to try to jerk the wheel. They don't know if somebody's going to try to man up or anything. They don't, the wife doesn't know if she's going to get her, fingernail stabbed in their eye or nothing. She's just like, oh, this is hot.
They were finally telling the wife to shut up. Like, after all that, they're just like, all right, you need to shut up and just let it
all
happen.
the pretense is gone. But no, I think they're fully confident. It's like, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. You're not going to do anything. Just stop.
And she keeps telling her, like, as long as mom's with you, nothing bad. And then the wife's like, yeah.
About that.
Wait till you see what we're going to do to you. What's up, Melvin? I see you in the chat, buddy. What's up, buddy? Yeah, shut up. Like, I'm like, oh, God, no, this is not going to. So at this point, I'm like, oh, this is what everybody's been warning me about this ending. I'm like, so what's I didn't know.
The movie warns you. I mean, that's why.
That's true.
When I saw the movie, I wasn't shocked, but I saw it. I was like, well, yeah, this is obviously coming because the movie's
just seeing it play out. Though,
because once you see the pictures with all the kids, you're like, well, that's why they cut the tongue out. So that way they can't tell the next group of victims. Yep. So of course they're going to cut her tongue out.
Yeah, this is rough. He's just punching him, and every time he tries to go back there, Patrick's like, "Sit down, bitch."
Great special effects with the cutting of the tongue, though.
Oh, fantastic!
Really
Yeah.
So what? So this is what the fuck's this guy's name again? The babysitter's name? I forgot. I don't know.
Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Is it Dirk Nowitzki?
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yes, famous Hall of Fame champion.
Yeah,
NBA legend. That's right.
I think I look it up. It's Mohajid.
Oh, so he's like Durka Nowitzki.
Durka.
I should have known how to say that, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? Your people would not be happy about that.
He's from France because he's speaking French earlier in the film when we see him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's one of Vex's.
Well, he certainly looks like a modern French.
No, he's one of yours. He's one of the Sand
Gingers.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Whoa.
Sorry.
You can't say
Jane.
I'm kidding. I care.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, so they cut the kid's tongue off, and it's like,
I have a question for our host. So exactly what are you going to even show of this ending? Of all the
there's a lot.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot that happened. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip through some of this shit.
You're gonna skip through a good several minutes.
A lot of nudity and a lot of this is Look at them. It's just like they're in shock. And look at Patrick. He's like, these fucking people.
To be fair, you can just put up the Henry Cavill meme on StreamYard and still play through the movie. Just saying.
You would love that, wouldn't you?
I would, yes, actually.
Yeah, you would love
like
that.
you could argue, it's like the cutting of her tongue out. It's like part of it's like I'm not saying the movie's trying to be metaphorical or anything like that, but I'm like, in a sense, it's like he's been fully emasculated here.
Yeah,
it's like you didn't. It's like you didn't protect your own kid. You did nothing but scream.
Let me see how much I could. I'm gonna skip through.
You did nothing but scream the whole time. That's all you did, right? Yeah.
So basically, what happens is they have them undress, and then they basically have them go down to that little pit area where they were before, where Bjørn wanted to jerk off Patrick,
and they stone them to death.
They ask like, why us? And then they just say, because
you let us. And that is the most epic line of the movie right there, Vex. That is because you let us.
It's like because you let us.
But it was
exactly what they did. It's horribly disturbing. Yeah. I mean, granted, their aim with rocks is pretty incredible.
Yeah,
granted, going by those pictures on the wall,
they have a lot of practice. They've had a lot of
practice. They've gotten good at that.
They didn't even run. They didn't even run. Try to go up the other side. They just accepted their fate in a sense.
Yeah.
Did they have? They didn't have a gun or anything, right?
No.
So
no long range anything.
They didn't have a knife. They had no weapon on them the whole time.
God,
this looks like Will Wheaton, so you know they're going after him. It's like Will Wheaton trying to sport like a Chad beard. It's like, nah, we see through that.
So that just plays like this really ominous music, and it shows you how. And the daughter's in the back of the car while they're going back to the same spot in Italy where they found those people, and this is the next victim couple, basically, is what they're kind of showing.
But stoning them to death is what, like, I'll be honest, that disturbed me more. Even like the tongue cut is like, it's
it turned into a
to
snuff film after that.
But
point.
the fact that they like stone them to death,
it was rough, and they
pretty old school.
How they were.
But I'm like, that's a horrible way to go.
You knew they were going to kill them, but you just didn't know how. So that's I think that's the bigger.
Well, just out of nowhere, they're down there, and all of a sudden you see this rock come out and hit the wife, and I was like, and then it just kept happening. You're like, oh my god, they're showing their bodies like with their skin getting ripped off. I was like, what the fuck?
Didn't they have stones next to them that they could throw back?
No, those stones
there was a pile of stones.
Yeah,
there was a pile of stones next to
okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Where they could have grabbed and fought, and again, not fight back.
Nope.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
But I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, we're their guests. We don't allow it.
It's over, y'all. We have the high ground.
They probably don't target American couples. Just saying. I'm just saying.
The survival instinct just isn't there, right? Because like even in the car when Louise is saying like, Agnes, come here, Agnes, come here. You don't open the car door and bolt with your child. Like even she doesn't try to fight back when they pin Agnes down with the scissors either. It's just these people, no instinct whatsoever. So like it feels like it's almost deserved. Because what are you going to contribute to mankind?
I agree. Absolutely nothing. It's very sad.
I hate to say it. I think there's quite a few American couples they could do this too.
Depending on which.
They are not on this panel.
Not on this panel.
Or in our chat.
Yeah. No. I guess, Vex, you said there wasn't a lot of trivia, but there was some trivia.
I have 2 pieces of trivia. That's it.
Wow. Wowie.
Wow.
So this film did not get a wide release. It only got released in like 7 or 8 European countries. So the box office take home was just over $631,000 on a budget of $3.1 million. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was released. There were 2 releases. There was a Denmark one and there was a Polish one. So between March and July 2022, it got its theatrical releases. Writer director Christian, I'm going to say this wrong, Tafdrup.
Please.
I think that's it. Got the idea for the movie from his own experience while on holiday in Tuscany, where his family met a friendly but somewhat socially awkward couple from the Netherlands. They got on very well, and 2 families spent a lot of time together. When Christian returned home, he got an invitation from the family to stay with them in the Netherlands. Christian briefly considered the offer, but decided not to take it since he felt it would be odd to stay with people he didn't really know. He never met them again, but couldn't stop thinking about what could have happened had he accepted, and some of his darkest ideas became the basis for the screenplay.
Interesting.
I wonder if that couple saw the movie and you're like, hey, wait a minute. Come on, girl.
Hold on.
There's also a stark contrast between the audience score and the critic score on this as well. I know we were talking about Joker, I think, earlier, but yeah, kind of like that too. The audience fucking hated it. The critics really liked it.
Of course.
And yeah, I find that usually to be the opposite when it comes to horror movies. Like if it's a horror movie, the audiences generally like, the critics don't like it. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I assumed it's because of the ending. Maybe because most audiences see themselves in that and they have a lot of self-hate.
Well, and I'd say it. I don't think audience scores are any more reliable than critic scores.
Yeah, not at all.
Especially with thoughtful movies, I think audiences are kind of dumb. Sadly.
I know, and that's why I think
cup.
Joker is
don't
so
be mean.
overrated. Is because I'm like,
Don't
Joker's like an audience level deep movie where it's like so fucking on the nose. There's like nothing's implied, everything's right there, and so audiences are like, oh, I like this movie. It's fucking deep. But I didn't mean to go off on a rant about that movie. Fucking.
No, you're good.
We'll do that
You're
next
good,
one.
bro.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yep.
And the other piece of trivia I have, which is probably why the budget was so high, because I thought the budget was a bit high for this one. It took 7 weeks to shoot the film, spread over 12 months, because the filming stopped 4 times due to the virus that shall not be named. The Italy sequences were very last to be shot because of that.
Because of that reason.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's all I got.
It's either we have like an hour and a half of trivia or 2 pages.
Christopher Walken was in.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chris.
Christopher Walken should have played Patrick. That would have been great.
He should have played the pile of rocks.
No, you
should have shut up.
Every time they throw a rock, it's like, wow.
Wow, that will get you.
Next, do you want to indulge in your theory?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So the reason Mahajud or whatever that
fucking racist
goat guy,
that goat lover.
I'm so used to the racism in our private chat that sometimes it just wants to come out.
You could be slightly racist. I never hold you back.
I approve it. I'm a sand person. It's okay. Let's go.
My channel's not going anywhere. What the fuck do I care?
So the reason here,
You're not on beat up. It's fine.
Exactly.
The reason he's there more than anything, and it's also why they choose not to take the children out to like the pub, because that would give away that they're recycling children, basically. But I think this family is basically just in on some sort of like human trafficking / adrenochrome kind of thing. So like a lot of the sand people that end up going to like France and parts of Western Europe, they tend to, statistically speaking, they engage in a lot of that human trafficking stuff. So it also makes sense that they target kind of children of a specific age or a specific size, because those are the best organs to harvest for virtually any kind of individual. So that's kind of where and it would also explain why they still have the ability to have a house and pay for everything, even though they're not working.
Yep.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I have a joke. What's the opposite of Christopher Walken?
I guessed it.
What did you? Oh, Christopher Reeve.
Oh my
God. Oh, you're so going to hell. You're so going to hell. You're going to hillbilly hell.
Right before the documentary comes out, too.
I know, right? That documentary looks intense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, looks going to be good. Well, shit. Yeah, that's all, I guess. Yeah,
is that a short episode of MMM?
It's like the shortest episode ever of MMM.
Yeah, it's probably shorter than Gremlins.
Well, you were on 2 weeks ago, right? So that was a 3-hour episode. So we figured let's cut it in half this time. So it happens sometimes.
I think the remake is not going to let the audience be as intelligent as this one, where it's dropping context clues. I really think this remake is going to be a piece of shit. Don't waste your money on it, folks.
Here's the
I
thing.
will, if I have
given
to,
the
but yeah.
audience score, maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe they need it dumbed down.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to even at like IMDb, it's got like a 6.6 out of 10. Like, hey, and I'm like, you are idiots. My gosh.
It's probably all people, westernized people that
like literally the first, like the featured review says first half loved it, second one hated it. I'm like,
of course you did, because you would be in the second half.
Look at that.
It's those people that yell at their screen and they go, "I wouldn't do this. I'd get out of here."
I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Henry Cavill's next to Vex's pussy.
Oh my god!
You should have told me. I would have worn mine.
Well, I'm not really on camera. So.
Yeah,
that's true. But you know, I really like the movie. So I guess if you want to go around and give our scores and final thoughts, is Nadia, you give us your final thoughts and score of the movie, or rating of the movie, I should say.
Well, this movie's definitely in my top 20 of the last couple of years, maybe in the top 15. It's a solid movie. It's very bleak. I tell people, like, you're gonna be shocked by the ending, and you're gonna be really sad afterwards. And the more you think about it, you're gonna even be sadder. So I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. Because I recommend this movie and When Evil Lurks as a double feature, and then you'll be even way more sadder than usual. So yeah, give it a solid 8.
8? Okay. Mr. Cynic.
8 out of 10 for me too. That's pretty spot on, Nadia, I think. I don't give grades anyway when I review movies. I feel like I have to say that every time I'm on your show. But
I know. I just make you do it to piss you off.
Yeah, to play your fucking game. I'll give it.
Play my game. Damn it.
No, I think like you got to grade stuff. You got to meet things where they're at. This isn't the best movie ever made, but it's a really good psychological thriller. It's a really good. It's one of the better ones that have come out in the last 5 years or so. Like if I go to a food truck, I expect food truck food. I'm not expecting like fucking high end meals. So like in that vein, for what it is, this is a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. White beer.
White beer.
White beer.
Had a plan. I still have a plan.
White beer. Okay, is that cannoli as your photo?
No, that's not me at all.
What are you talking about, Nadia? It's Batman, obviously.
That's Bat-Tard.
You can see beautiful blonde curls. Beautiful blonde curls that they were. Yeah. So,
go ahead, Marty.
Okay, for me, this movie, no matter what, how you feel about it, has to at least, at the very lowest, get a 7 because it's well shot, it's well done. It gets its message right across. I feel like if you didn't get a message from this, then you're worse off than disabled. But me personally, when I saw this, it was like, I don't, as an American. And, hell, even as a Tennessean, I don't feel like I needed this movie. I've seen enough of the world. I've seen enough horrible footage in my life to know what failure to respond looks like. And this whole movie was basically, like I said, oh, I don't mean to be rude, but what can happen. It's like watching those, some horrible Facebook Live leaks and stuff like that of horrible things happening. I don't need a physical reminder of how weak people can be. Like I had to go watch The Road to cheer myself up after watching this movie. But no matter what, it is a good film. And I really hope that the one, the one that they're making now can hold up in some way. But it'll probably be dumbed down and Americanized in some way that it's just easier for people to to go with and all that. And but either way, you have to at least, like I said, at the very least, give it a 7. It's well done for what it is.
I agree. Mr. Gord Kang.
Yeah. I would say I'm gonna go about a 7.5 for my first watch, though. I'm quite eager to rewatch it. Some really interesting details came out during the stream, during the discussion, that made me appreciate what I was watching quite a bit more. So I could definitely see this climbing up to like the 8.5 range possibly. But at the moment, I'll settle on what 7.5 for me means. It's very good. It's teetering on great. But I really enjoyed this. It's really well shot, really well acted. Does have a really interesting thematic thing going on with the murderous couple. I have issues with parts here and there. I do also have I didn't even talk about this, but I guess my biggest issue with the movie is that while I get the whole thing with, all right, they do this because this couple lets them, okay, but to achieve what? It's like, well, I mean, and granted, that might factor into the theories about why, what they do to earn money and stuff. Maybe that does factor in, but we really don't get much of an inkling beyond just, we're preying upon the weak kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the goal?
Much of an explanation to why killers want to kill, to be honest?
I mean, we don't necessarily need an explanation, but usually there's something beyond just why they're able to do it. I guess it's like it's one of those things where it's like I can see their motive, but I don't know what it's in service to. And I would like at least a little bit more hints towards it, maybe. So, and not necessarily like overt ones that we know for sure, but just hints at it, I guess.
What if the boar was the last couple?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Right? Just like, oh, but you have to taste this. It's the best part of the roast. A wild boar.
Just I think it was just more power flex.
Yeah. but this is part of why I do want to rewatch it, because I'm curious if there are more clues to this than I saw. But if anything else, I just want to watch it because it's a really well-made film.
Yeah,
I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. All right, Vex. Well, give us your final thoughts.
I think like Nadia and Cynic, I give this an 8 drowned ableist kids in the pool out of 10. It's I know I like the commentary this movie makes quite a bit. I like that it really, in my opinion at least, it drives a hard line on the satire, but in a way that is pretty unconventional in film, because usually it's in a comedic sense we see that. The performances are great, cinematography is great. I like how bare bones it kind of is in terms of like the bodies we see on screen and everything. It's a very isolated story, so it makes it feel like a little bit more it feels a bit easier to like resonate with the characters, right? Or see 100%. Yourself in them. So 8 out of 10 drowned children.
Nice. Very nice.
Please drown 8 out of 10.
Drown children. 8 out of 10 disabled. You all pretty much nailed it. I'd say I give it a 7.5, like Gord. 7.5. Bjorn might have been gay. Out of 10. Again, these are the kind of movies I do like. I like the psychological aspect of it, the whole building up to something, and Yeah, that definitely builds up to something pretty intense at the end. But again, after the shock was gone, it's like, yeah, that was really well done. So good recommendation, Vex. I really enjoyed this one. Got to be horrified with the whole family together, so that was fun. But it was good. It was good. 7.5 out of 10. I really I liked it. So yes, good choice. That's basically it. Yeah, it was a short episode tonight, but that's okay. That's okay because we're all tired.
Yeah, it's short. It's an hour and 45.
Yeah, for some of us, for some of the people on the panel, it's really late. So we'll move on. Next week, we are back on MMM with Gooch, Diabolical Souls, obviously, Josh McDonald, Pop by Culture, and we're doing the movie Warrior with Tom Hardy, Nick Nolte. Very underrated movie, by the way.
That's a good one.
It's a damn good movie. Great drama. I mean, excellent movie.
It'll be a good cleanser after.
Yeah, that's a White Bear pick right there. Good. Yeah, this is a very uplifting movie. Good ending. It's a very solid movie. Good drama. MMA, all that MMA shit. So looking forward to having that done. And Nadia, what do you have coming up and how's your channel doing?
I don't know, man. I'm just tired. Channel's doing great. I'm taking a break this week. I'm just on Zach's on Wednesday, and then Bex and I are going to have our own live stream about the Speak No Evil sequel Friday with, I believe, the Plot Strike Back boys. So yes, I'm Lydia.
Lydia. I called her Lydia for like the whole stream.
Follow me. I post where I'm at all the time and such. Yeah. But yeah. Also go vote for me for Faces of Horror. Do it.
Yes.
Do it now.
Do that too. Do it. She wants to win. Do it. Mr. Cynic, I know you had Beast up earlier today. Fun as always. And then you have she's on that note, what do you got coming up, buddy?
Let's see. I might do 150K I just hit, so I might do a a little bit ago.
Wow,
I've been on the stream, but and then a Rings of Power episode 4 and 5 review at the end of the week. Yahoo!
God, congratulations on 150.
Yeah, good job, dude. Good job. Vexington, I know you have some shit in the works, right? You have a lot of editing apparently to do.
Yes.
We still need to talk, Max. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, we can talk right after this then.
Okay. Good point. Good point.
Yeah. Is that Jason Momoa?
Who?
Hmm?
No, in Whitey's. Okay.
Oh,
anyway.
No, that was Dr. Robotnik. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was her on Dr. Disrespect's body.
Get out my DMs.
I'll be doing a Speak No Evil review because I like this movie so much. I'm very curious what the American adaptation will do. So you can expect that next week on the channel, and then tomorrow I will be on Gooch's at 10 p.m. Eastern. We're doing episodes 7 and 8 of season 1 of Invincible, which is the best episodes of that season.
Yes, I agree. Upon rewatching that a little bit, though, I don't like the show as much as I do.
It doesn't hold up on rewatch at all. No, it really doesn't.
No, it's a shame. And I hated season 2 to the point where I was so fucking bored I had to take weeks off to watch it. So
I'm not looking forward to rewatching season 2 at all for Gooch's channel.
Yep. Okay, thank you, Vex. Mr. Gourd King.
Yeah.
What do you got coming up?
Tomorrow I will be on Jacob Ironside's channel. We're talking Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, so that'll be a lot of fun. And I think probably gosh, of all the pictures I get. Then I'm thinking hopefully by Friday I'll have my the Crow 2024 poorly explained video out. Looking forward to putting that out on the heels of one of my worst performing videos ever.
Oh, dude.
It happens, man.
Yeah,
it happens.
Sucks.
But it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. But
it's fine. Whatever.
Whatever. Fuck YouTube. No.
It was a good video. Please watch.
It's more screw Warner Brothers. A lot of the visibility was probably killed by the fact that it's Warner Brothers. They want to take everything, and while it's an escrow, they're like, no visibility for you.
No surprise. No soup for you.
But yeah, I'll be putting out The Crow, Poorly Explained, hopefully by Friday. And
Nice.
yeah, I'll be streaming. I'm still streaming Mass Effect. I think I'll have Mass Effect 2 done in one or two streams. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Look forward to it. Mr. White Beer Bear Boy. What about you, buddy? Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Well, I will be streaming on Twitter probably early tomorrow morning, and then later on during the evening, stuff like that. So just probably going to be streaming some Chrono Trigger gameplay and all that, and commentary and fun time. So yeah, check me out there, and waka waka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right you woke cynic up. Like, okay. Yeah, like I said, we'll be back next week with Warrior, and then
there you go. Kill that boner right away, boy.
Nazi tits, baby. Yeah, we have a nice slew of Halloweenish funny movies coming up soon too, throughout the end of September through October.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Do we
look forward? Kinda. I don't fucking know. You think I pay attention to the schedule? Oh no, we have Shaun of the Dead coming, and
yeah,
we have the Long
Halloween coming up. We have some Bone Tomahawk soon too. So
Near Dark.
I think I'm on that one.
Near Dark also, don't we?
Near
I
Dark.
still
Yeah,
don't know what you're on, Nadia, actually, because you never gave me ones that you
we're gonna find out after the show. How about that?
Okay.
Just kidding. I love having Nadia on. I love you. Okay, that's it. We're gonna go bye. Thank you all to the chat. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you to the people who watched and listened. You're awesome. You're amazing. Go subscribe to all these lovely, lovely people. That's it. And again, congratulations, Cynic, on hitting your 150. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thanks,
yeah. That's it. Good night, people, and goodbye.